I will begin making the texture on the cape by doing some of the impressions on the top using the H902, and then we will reverse it and go the other way. Here again, we're stamping a little deeper than we did on the face, but not quite as deep as we did on the head or down in here where the folds are on the neck. And this will also be a two-step process where we will completely cover this with impressions from this 902, and then we will come back with the hair blade and the swivel knife to complete the process. Here again, this is going to take quite a long time to do all this, so take your time and make sure you get complete coverage as you see us doing here. Notice that I'm just using the tip of this tool. And I'm walking it. As we work our way down to the edge there where we have beveled, we'll use this tool to create some hair endings, as you can see. We'll do that all around, all along this line. And then we'll continue to texture the cape. Now we will kind of do the same thing down here on the leg. We will lightly use this tool to create texture, mainly on the front part of the leg. We will come back with the swivel knife and extend these cuts, kind of like we did up here on the beard and on the neck. Not hitting quite as hard down here as I was up on the cape. Now I will come back with my B902 checkered beveler, and I will go over the shoulder one more time so it will stand out a little better. I will do the same thing down here on the lower jaw to get it to stand out. Now I will come back to my swivel knife, and I will continue with the shaggy hair on the legs. As you can see, I'm pulling it from the edge into and crossing over into where I did the stamping with the 902. We'll do the same thing on both legs. And now we will take the hair blade, and we will go over top of the cuts we made, or the impressions we made with the pointed beveler, and we will do these short little jabbing cuts just like we did on the face, only this time they're a little bit deeper than they were on the face. And we'll do this all the way down on the cape, and we will do the same thing down here on the legs, blending it in with the long cuts that we made from the other end. And this pretty well completes the front half of our buffalo. We'll now work on the back half. For the tail, I'm going to use the hair blade and make some short hairs, as you can see, going along the length of the tail and making the turn up here as well. And then I will take my swivel knife and blend these long hairs into the shorter hairs, starting from the edge where we stamped with the 902 and slowly blending it into the other part of the tail. Now we will use the hair blade tool to hair the entire back part of the buffalo, and we will do it just like we did before, short jabbing impressions and kind of coming in a circle, and as you come around, put a little arc, a little short arc, and we will completely cover the back of our buffalo doing this. And we'll do it the way the rain would fall, which would be from the top on a curve down toward the bottom. This completes the tooling on the buffalo. We'll now do some work on the background and on the grass in the foreground. To get the buffalo to stand out from the background more than it does now, I'm going to use the figure carving matting tools, the number F898, F99, F900, and F901. We'll use the smaller ones in the tighter areas and the larger ones around the outside. I'm using the smaller one now down here in between the legs. Notice I'm kind of using it like a beveler up close, and then as I come away I tip it back so that the leading edge does not dig in. I'll do the same thing over here, being very careful not to mash down the leg. I will then switch to the larger one. I like the A900, and we'll come in close to where we beveled. You'll notice that we're tapering it off and adding some color. I'll carefully now come along the back edge of this leg, being careful not to mash down any of the points. Now in this larger area, I can go to the large 901, and we will continue this matting right on down to where the grass starts. Notice that I'm leaning it back so that the straight edge does not dig in, and I'm slowly tapering off from where the cut is into the open area. I'm going down to the grass, but not much over top of the grass. For the outside of the animal, we will use the number 900. Walk it down, as you can see. Extending the beveling. I'll come back with the the 901, and I will taper it away into nothing. Hit hard when you're close and taper it off. We'll do this all the way around the animal. The final step will be to take the swivel knife and cut the grass. You'll notice I kind of come right straight through the leg so that the leg can appear to be down in the grass. And we make varying strokes, some longer, some shorter. Make several rows, as you can see I'm doing here. And for sure, go up over the legs. And continue cutting until you're satisfied with it. And there we have our finished buffalo, all ready for your favorite dyeing and finishing techniques.